Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have a pathetic article here. Pathetic because this guy who is in this article is pathetic and is just a weasel, but it deserves our attention because he gets deeper in doo-doo with each and every statement that he makes. This article comes from Reuters from today, October 11th, 2022. NATO warns Moscow against attacking allies' critical infrastructure. So NATO warns Moscow against attacking allies' critical infrastructure. Did NATO warn United States as well for attacking NATO critical infrastructure? I think that should be the first warning issued by these guys, not directed towards Russia, but towards United States. Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2, anybody? NATO told Moscow on Tuesday it will meet attacks. It would meet attacks on allies' critical infrastructure with a united and determined response, and was monitoring Russia's nuclear forces closely as the country was losing on the battlefield in Ukraine. Hey buddy, if it will meet attacks or united determined response, they will nuke you. Got it? Capisci? Understand? Got it? So if you do more than you already do, because you are already involved in Ukraine, that's your war. It's not Ukraine's war. It's your war. All right, under the umbrella of Ukraine. No, it's not Ukraine. Ukraine are just used to die. They're over there, the territory, that's the place where this big fight occurs between the United States pushing NATO in Ukraine. And Ukrainians die for those guys. And those guys, I am very much inclined to subscribe to the idea that NATO forces are in Ukraine at this moment. I don't know, I just have a gut feeling, okay? Let's put it this way. Once in a while I'm allowed to have it, I guess. No? Alright, and is losing on the battlefield. These guys are very strange. Let's put it this way. You have 12 rounds, okay? Let's say you're a boxer. Or 15, let's 15. And you start fighting, bam, bam, and I beat you up. And let's say from 10 rounds, I get 8 rounds, and you get the last 2. So I get the first 8 rounds, all right? And then you get the last 2. So from you got round 9 and round 10. But round 1 to 8, I got him. Who's losing? So far, you're losing. I got 8, you got 2. And we got 5 more if we go to 15. Okay? So what are you talking about losing? Well, I'm losing. I lost the last 2 rounds. But I'm still ahead of you. What are you talking about? And regarding a common response, you will not move anything. Because once you attack with weapons, Russia, like clearly, not like through the Ukrainians, those guys are not going to have nuclear, no, they're not going to have with you conventional war, hanky-panky, let's have a tango. I don't think so. I don't think, because they know they do not have a chance. I think they're going to just use something else. And then you go, oh, see, they're escalating. Stay the fuck out. You are already in too much. All these things should not have been started. But for you, yes, I placed that a majority of reasons on those guys who pushed, got to the border of Russia, and they were expecting Russia to say, I'm okay with NATO infrastructure, military infrastructure on my border. I'm okay. It's like, do you think the Americans will be okay with Russian infrastructure in, I don't know, south of the border in Mexico? Do you think so? Do you contemplate? They had a fit when they put only tubes in Cuba, let alone nuclear weapons. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Weasel, said ahead of 2 days meetings of the Western Alliance defense minister in Brussels that it had not seen any changes in Russia's nuclear posture, but was vigilant. Yeah, but you guys, NATO, we're going to have some military drills 600 miles from Russia's territory. Where do you think that might be? I would guess that it's in Europe, and it's not very far. It's like, let's say you have, the Russians would have it in Nicaragua. Let's say Russia has a nuclear drill in Nicaragua. I think United States should not be concerned whatsoever. The United States was concerned with its security, with safety, with Solomon Islands. I showed you that, where Solomon Islands are. Solomon Islands right here. You see this? This is Australia. This is Solomon Islands right here. This, from here to here, is about, I don't know, 2,000 kilometers, 1,000 miles. So from here, from Solomon Island until the United States across the Pacific, that's more than 6,000 miles. And these guys here were concerned with their security because Solomon Island signed a little pact with China, okay, who's right here. Okay? And you tell me that Russia should be just okay with Ukraine having nuclear weapons at its border. Really? Yeah. If you watch that funny movie, Tropic Thunder, well, it was a funny movie. Everybody was funny over there. I like that movie. It's an idiot movie, but it's ridiculously funny because it's an idiot movie. I don't know, it's something that is like crazy, but I liked it. So it was one point when Tom Cruise plays in that one too. He's Mr. Grossman. He's the guy with the businessman with movies and so on. And he talks to this promoter, and he said, "Hey, what's his name? I can't remember the actor's name. Now he's a big politician. All of a sudden he likes politics." He asks Tom Cruise, so because Tom Cruise is promising money just to shut up, and they would collect the insurance if he shuts up and so on. And this guy is supposed to sell his friend and his guy that works for money, for a, I don't know, airplane, G7, G5 or something, G5 airplane or something, that is his dream. And they came face to face, this guy with Tom Cruise, and he said, "Are you telling me that I should just sell my guy for a G5 airplane?" And Tom Cruise stays like this and said, "Yes." So the same thing is with these guys. Just unbelievable. So you're telling me that you're not involved in this? No, we all know you are. What are you talking about? And not only that, it's just a farce. But he's going to act. How are you going to act? The Russians are already fed up. But anyway, what do you expect? Weasels are weasels. What can I tell you, my friends, is these guys are not even afraid to tell us bullshit live, and not only live, but straight in our faces. They're not afraid. They don't even have to make logical connections and bring arguments to support their claims. They just tell you that's the way it is, and that's the way we do it. And they don't ask you what you think. And if you say something, well, you must be the enemy, I don't know, on his payroll or something. This is kindergarten, and these are in control of our lives. We got very low. And one thing is when you don't realize that, another thing is when you realize it. Because if you don't realize it, you're like a bimbo. Let's go, blah, 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 blah. But you realize it, then it's hurtful. It's really aggravating, to say the least. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So, these guys are going to retaliate if Russia hits their infrastructure. What infrastructure? Who hit your infrastructure in the first place? Why do you talk about Russia when most likely it was your boss? Because you can't say it. But that's what it is. That's that tactic of calling fault first. It's your fault. It's Michael's fault. And everybody, you already won the whole thing in 90%. It's hard for that person who was accused to say, well, no, let me explain. Nobody will listen to you already. They're just going to get you and throw you in jail. That's how it used to be, and it seems like the same here. So the person who calls first, hey, he's the bandit, he's the guy who stole, got the psychological upper hand of everybody else in the community. And it's going to be much harder to prove that this guy is, because this guy calls it. So he's the honest guy, right? So Stoltenberg with NATO, already involved. But whatever. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.